Hello everybody, welcome back to Jared Opens a Box here on Jared Takes the L. I have another fantastic episode for you guys here today. We're going to be taking a look at some new Youtooz figures. Is this our first Youtooz video of the year? I'm trying to think. I think it actually might be our first. It's kind of crazy. We're already in March, and we have our first Youtooz video. But I mean, granted, we don't really do Youtooz nearly as often as we do Funko, so that's not terribly surprising. But yeah, we have two figures for you guys here today. These ones are actually from the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. So we finally have a Five Nights at Freddy's movie video. And the movie came out back in October of 2023. So, you know, clearly we were taking our time to get there, but we do finally have some stuff here. Like I said, just two figures, so it'll be a fairly, easy one to get through today. But these figures are actually really, really cool. So I'm really excited to hop in to take a look at these. Let's go ahead and get started with our first one, which is none other than Mike. Mike Schmidt. He is, of course, the main, protagonist of the film. He's played by Josh Hutcherson, which some of you guys, is it Hutcherson or Hutchinson? I think it's Hutchinson. I don't know. I don't even remember. I thought I had it in my head. But yeah, he's from Hunger Games. He's been in a couple different movies here and there. And he is also Mike Schmidt. And as you can see, this one is definitely pretty crazy because it comes with this whole contraption here that the animatronics were putting the security guards into. It's almost like it looks like something out of Saw, or like something like that. It looks crazy. This is number 47 of the FNaF collection. They did not separate the movie collection from the main, FNaF collection. Kind of crazy. There's already been that many figures in that collection since it's only a couple of years old. There's the box. Back of the box says that every single thing you see in your entire life, down to the tiniest of details, gets stored inside of you. So that's what it says on the back. It also says, I guess I'm supposed to read this part first. It says, so there's this theory that we can't forget things. And then I guess that is, that is what was supposed to be read next. Let's go ahead and open this up. You just have to know how to look. Very inspirational quotes on the box of this one. Now I did see, kind of similarly to the Mangle figures that were released last year, some of the Mike figures did come broken. It looks like mine is okay, so that's a plus. But here is Mike from the FNaF movie. This one looks really, really cool. So, of course, we have Mike right here. There's not really too much to say about him. He's just wearing, basic whatever clothes, and he has some scraggly hair. The Youtooz eyes, of course, they gave him kind of a worried look, which is completely understandable since his face is about to be shoved into whatever the heck this thing is right here. And he has there's a very worried look. He even has some sweat on his forehead there, so I think that's kind of cool. He's, of course, locked into this thing, which we can see right here, this Freddy head that also doubles as a death trap. Has a whole bunch of stuff inside the mask there that would obviously do some damage. And yeah, even that somehow gets the winky eyes, which is really, really funny. But yeah, that's really cool details on this one too. They kind of got that accurate from the movie. It's like a green Freddy head that has all kinds of chains and stuff on it. So that's pretty cool. They got all the details and designs done there. The rest of it's pretty self-explanatory. It's got some wires. It's connected to this this thing here. And yeah, this ultimately came out looking pretty cool. I think it's a really fun figure. Obviously one of the crazier parts of the movie, seeing something like this. Because, I mean, obviously FNaF is a horror game, a horror series, but, when people say, FNAF's a little too kid-friendly, and then you go into the movie and it has stuff like this, it's like, oh, well, maybe not all of it. Because this definitely was not that way. But nonetheless, there is Mike. I think this one came out looking really, really cool. Definitely a big fan of that one. So there's Mike. All right, now it's time for our next figure, or I guess our last figure for this video. This one is really, really cool because it actually has more than one thing in it. So I think that's awesome. But we have here the yellow rabbit, or I guess I should have shown this side first. The yellow rabbit, which is of course Spring Bonnie, or as he eventually becomes known as Springtrap. So this is our first real look at Spring Bonnie in any sort of media other than the books, and I guess Into the Pit, but that came out after. The game version, I guess, came out after. But yeah, this is the Yellow Rabbit. This one looks really, really cool. Of course, he is played by none other than Matthew Lillard, who some of us will know as Shaggy from the Scooby-Doo movies and a couple of different Scooby-Doo things since then. He was also in a couple of the Scream movies, I think, or at least one of them, where he was... yeah, he was in one of those movies as well. But this is Yellow Rabbit. He's number 48 of the FNaF collection. And as you can see, yes, this one does come with Matthew Lillard's head, as well as, of course, the Yellow Rabbit. And we'll talk about that in a few minutes. There is the side of the box. I guess I'll do this side first, because the other time that came first, it says, "You couldn't just leave it alone, could you? Lucky me." Then the back of the box says, "You are wretched, rotten little beasts. I made you." So there is that right there. I think he says that to the animatronics, and of course the back of the box is that iconic scene where he does first make his appearance. The inside of the box here says, "I always come back." The classic William Afton Springtrap quote that he does say in the movie as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one. It's definitely a little bit more unique, a little bit more interesting. All right, so maybe, there we go. All right, so here is the Yellow Rabbit. So we'll start with this one first. This one looks really, really cool. Again, this is technically our first Spring Bonnie merchandise, I think, at least in terms of a collectible. So they absolutely knocked it out of the park with this one. Of course, he does have a little bit of wear and tear to kind of show. I think they were kind of going with a mix of like classic Spring Bonnie with Springtrap's design. So they were kind of going with a little bit of a mix there, which I thought was kind of cool. So like this half is like completely fine. The other half has that, you know, withering on it, the wear and tear kind of thing, which you can also see on the back. And he's missing the ear as well. So again, I think that's really, really cool. He has the purple bow tie right there. We know Spring Bonnie has the purple bow tie thanks to FNaF 4. So I think that was really, really cool that they kept that detail. And of course they gave him the winky eyes as well. And he has a little platform that he's standing on right here. But the cool thing about this figure is this. Maybe. Look at that. And then you can take this, Matthew Lillard's head, and you can pop it into place, or not, maybe. Trying to figure out how to do this without breaking anything. I guess like that, there we go. And yeah, then you can put Matthew Lillard's head in place of the suit, because of course he does take the mask off at certain points in the movie. So there you go. And he also has a little bit of sweat dripping down his forehead as well. But the rest of it's really cool. He gave him the goatee and the gray hair and everything. So yeah, I mean, nothing else to really say about that. I love that they had this little detail though, where you can swap out the heads. I don't think Youtooz has done that before, so this was definitely a first. But it was really, really cool. So I definitely am a big fan of that. I'll probably keep the Spring Bonnie head on. I think that looks a little bit better. But I still really like the details that you could do there. So I'll just pop that one back in. So there we go. All right, guys. Well, that is going to do it for today's episode. Let me know down below which of these is your favorite. I think they both look really, really cool. Just give them 10 out of 10 because the details are there. They are just phenomenal figures. Youtooz is always knocking it out of the park. So I do want to let you guys know, I want you guys to let me know what your guys' ratings are for these guys. We do have Mike and we do have Yellow Rabbit. So let me know down below which of these was your favorite. And of course, next week we will be coming back with some more Funko Pop stuff from Sonic the Hedgehog, which we have not done in a little while. So it'll be cool to do another video on that. Really excited about that one. But yeah, like I said, that is going to do it for today, guys. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.